Hey guys, I hope you've all had a great week. This week we had to read a Newbery Award winner. I chose the novel Moon Over Manifest by Claire Vanderpool. And this is the book. The only artwork in the book is this cover art, which is a photograph of a little girl walking on a railroad track alone. That's significant because the little girl named Abilene was sent to a little town called Manifest, Kansas by her father, who works on the railroad, to stay with the pastor of the town while the father goes and works on another railroad job somewhere else. The father decides that it's not really safe, and Abilene needs a safe, secure place where she can grow and learn, and as far as she knows, she's only there for the summer. When she gets there, she's really unhappy. She doesn't want to be alone. She doesn't know anybody. Nobody's very nice. Her father had talked the place up like it was, a beautiful place. Everyone was so great. Everyone was so nice. When she got there, it wasn't really the case. When she got there, she found a loose floorboard, pried it up, and found like a little box of letters and mementos and things of that nature, and she was going through them and found a letter, several letters. The setting is Manifest, Kansas, which is it's a fake Kansas town, kind of based off of Frontenac, Kansas. It's in the author's notes in the book. Anyway, it's set in 1936, summer of 1936, and it's during the Depression, everyone's on hard times, and she finds these letters and things of a spy and of a mysterious character called the Rattler. And so she's involved in this great mystery of the past from 1918, and she finally makes friends, two little girls who are cousins, Ruth Ann and I think it's Soletta. They're cousins, and they make friends with Abilene, and they go on these great adventures trying to figure out who this spy and this Rattler could be. But on the adventure, Abilene loses the compass that her father had given her, and as she retraces her steps, she's on the path to perdition, and she breaks a diviner's pot. The diviner has her compass, and in order to pay back for the pot and get the compass back, Abilene has to do a bunch of weird chores for the diviner. They're in the middle of Depression, and it's during the drought. But the diviner makes Abilene till up soil and plant seeds and go on plant hunts, and Abilene just kind of thinks that this diviner's kind of weird. So she does all these things, and the diviner can see that Abilene is really unhappy, and is needing something to kind of help her get through this ordeal of being alone. And the diviner tells her this story of a boy named Jinx, who was also alone and came to this town, was also 12 years old, and made friends with another little boy named Ned, who's 15. And Jinx is a con artist who helps Ned con his way into the army, and Ned goes off to the army in the war to fight the Germans. And during this time, one of the other townspeople dies, and his land goes up for sale. Well, the town wants to buy the land and keep it from the coal mining company that's there in town, that has everyone's jobs and pays everyone. Excuse me. Anyway, the town, in order to keep the purchase of this land a secret from the mining company, fakes illness and causes a quarantine of the town. Well, after the town's quarantine, they magically appear with an elixir that makes everyone better, And they sell the elixir and they raise money to buy the land. Well, the mining company found out that this was all a hoax and a ruse, so they sent everyone back to work, and the town is short some money, so they trick, and Jinx is the one kind of orchestrating all of this character, and they trick one of the mine owners into purchasing a little piece of land that has like a pond kind of thing on it, saying that this is like the fountain of youth, and this water in this will make you rich, and you can sell it, and everything will be great. So the mine owner purchases this little piece of land, and all that tax money goes to the town people, and they get to buy the other part of the land that they were trying to purchase, and everything's great. In the meantime, Jinx had thought he'd killed somebody through another events in the long story, and Ned is found out to have been killed by the Germans in the war. So this whole time, Jinx was trying to right wrongs, and everything just continues to go bad for him. So he eventually just decides to leave, manifest, and never come back. And we finally make the connection. Abilene makes the connection that Jinx is her dad. And her dad is the one that orchestrated all of these things to happen, and he sent her back because he thought she would be safe there and cared for there. And Abilene was like, no, I need my dad. So she fakes an illness and gets her dad to come back, and she tells him that she knows all of these things, and he ends up telling her that the Rattler was just a scary old nun that carried a rosary in the woods late at night, and the spy was the person that ratted out Jinx and the townspeople with the mining company. So this great grand adventure she'd been on was really just like simple misunderstandings and things like that. But in the end, she did get reunited with her father, and everything turned out okay. So that's some of the characters in the plot and the setting. The main themes that I took away from this was that you have to overcome your loneliness and look at life that, you know, it's an adventure. You have to make the most of it, and that you're never truly alone. There's always somebody there that'll be there for you, and you can always make friends if you're yourself and not trying to fake who you are. And then another theme is that you can't run away from your past. Your past is always going to be there, so you should just face it and then deal with it and move on. Another theme is independence. Don't be afraid to be yourself and get out there and do things that make you happy. For my activity, I really like the adventure and like kind of following, you know, clues to find you know, maybe hidden treasure or a secret at the end. So I'd have my students go home and ask their parents about, you know, where they grew up and some of their childhood adventures, and then come back to class and write a creative story and turn it into, you know, one of these grand adventures like Abilene went on and experiences that she had, and then read it in front of the class, and hopefully, you know, you'd have your written creativity, you could improve on that, and then your oral skills, you could also improve on that. So that was Moon Over Manifest, our Newbery Award winner.